Hello guys, quick video here on the most useful tools for Path of Exile 2, or 1 if you played. This is not an in-depth guide, so we will go just over the basics, how to get them, where to install them, and basics things that you can do with them, which I think are pretty useful. So first of all, Exile Exchange to price check your items, then Path of Building to mess around with your build without actually spending money and see how your stats change. You can create items, add items to your builds, mess around with your passive. Then we have item filters, which are self-explanatory. Then of Exile, which is pretty useful to craft without spending money. And PO2 affixes, where you can check every mod in every item in the game. Useful for crafting too. So first of all, we have Exile Exchange 2. You go to this website, link will be in the description. You click on the Windows installer, wait for it to load, install it. It's pretty simple. Open your game, go to the Windows search bar, Exile Exchange 2, click on it. Once you see this, it means it's already running. To check what keys are you using, I think by default is Ctrl V, but I'm using Ctrl D. So you press Shift Space and it will open this menu. You go here to the options. And yeah, in here you can set up the key that you want to use to look for your items. Then, as an example, let's price check these boots. You can choose the mods that you want. If you want to go to the trade site, you can click here. If you want to change the currency that it's showing, for example, in the tablets, that a lot of times are in annuls, and you want to check if it's fair or in Excel is cheaper, you can change it here. You can also play with the values here. 3, this one are cheaper. If you go to the perfect one, it's more expensive. You get the idea. Controller. So next thing on the menu, we have Path of Building. This is pretty useful. You go to this website, link in the description. And yeah, you click on this one, the setup. It's an automatically setup. This one is if you want to extract it manually in some folder, you can do it as well. Once you download it and install it, you just open it. This will be the window without the characters that I already have. You click on New. Then you have to import your character data. You click Import Export Build. Then you have to authorize Path of Exile to access your information, your account information. You click on Authorize. Already authorized. Then you click Import Passive Tree and Jewels, Items and Skills. And as you can see, my tree is here. So I can play with it and it will tell you if it gives you what it gives you actually. So I can do this. So it's a good thing for planning, but the main use I use this for is if you go to the items window, you can then, I have a search prepared here for a bow. Let's say you want to find a new bow and you don't know if it improves your damage or not. So you can go here to the trade site, look for your bow, and you see this icon. You click on it, it will copy the data of the item. Then you come here, create custom, paste the values, create. This is the item that we were looking in the trade site. Then add to build. And in here, I can select that bow, which is this one, which, as you can see, I'm losing 4k damage and crit chance and effective crit chance. And you get the idea. This is the main use I use Path of Building for, but you can do a lot of stuff with it. This is not an in-depth guide, so I won't go in the details, but yeah, for that, it's pretty useful. You can also, if you want, you can take your items. If you press Ctrl C in the game, you can create your item and you can manually modify mods. Let's say you want in here to 200 to maximum life. You click create, add to build. In here, as you can see, there is the new armor. You can like look how the mods that you don't have may look in your stats. So it's pretty useful for that. So next thing, filter blade XYZ, item filter. This is a must. So you go to this website, as with everything, it will be linked down below. Then yeah, you have to log in and give it access like we did with Path of Building. Once you are there, you select PO2 in this case. Then you create a new filter. You have, if you go to overview, you have a preset of filters, different presets. Let's say you want strict. You select strict. Then you go to, you can customize it here, but I won't go over it in this video. You go to export POE. You can give it a name. You have to give it a name actually. This was strict. Then sync or download. And if you click in here, it will automatically upload it to your account and it will refresh if there is an update, but I always go with this one because I change it all the time. So yeah, it's downloaded. If you go to the game, options, game, you open the folder where the filters are, then I can select the one that I exported right now, paste it there, and it should be in the list in here, strict. You click here, it will say it has been loaded successfully, and yeah, you have a filter. So to showcase the filter, I've killed a few monsters, and as you can see, there is a ton of items in the ground. So you go to options, let's go with over strict, click here to load it, save. And then, yeah, you have your different colors depending on the item quality and your things, your good old things that everybody loves. That's about the filters. Let's move on. Next thing, Path of Exile 2. In here you can do a lot of stuff as with every tool in Path of Exile, but what I think is the most useful is the emulator. Let's say you have seen a video on how to craft a bow or a body armor or whatever item are you crafting, and you have a different outcome that what's shown in the video and you don't know what to do. Then you come here, you select the item that you're crafting, let's say body armor, dex. In here you select the base that you're crafting on and select the item level, then quality, sockets. You can add the sockets here if you want. In here you can use all the currency in the game to test on the item. If you make a mistake, you can undo the changes, so you can see. But yeah, let's say that you have an item and you don't know, I don't know, you have an item with two prefixes. One of them is life T1, the other one is evasion. You can select the mods in here, prefixes, affixes, implicits. And yeah, you can test whatever you need. Let's say it had res and you want to desecrate a prefix, for example. You go to desecration, we need the omen, which is textual necromancy, I believe. Yeah. For a suffix, you select the omen, you select the desecration. As you can see, you can reveal it here, and you can undo changes if you have made a mistakes. So yeah, this is pretty useful. If you have never crafted before, I highly recommend to use this to test the craft that you're doing so you don't spend a ton of currency crafting. And last but not least, we have POE2DB. In here you can check every mod that you can roll in any item. I mostly use this to check the desecrated mods in Waystones. When you are rolling map, you wanna know if what they give. So you can see here 2 additional bits. It gives plus 25% item drop rarity. So yeah, but regarding items, you can see you have all the items here. Let's say you want what you can roll in a claw. You click on claws. And in here, you can see all the prefixes and suffixes that you can roll on that claw, including the item level that you need. The minimum, this is the minimum item level that you need to roll that mod on the weapon in this case. You also have the tags, different tags of the mods, which is useful to craft with omens, but yeah, I won't go over it in this video. Let me know if you want a video, a more extended video on any of the topics. And yeah, I hope you like it.